Hey everyone, welcome or welcome back to the channel. My name's Justin and this is Dad Discovers, where I'm learning about the world through YouTube. Today we're looking at a video called 10 Things That Are Normal in Britain, but Nowhere Else. Let's see what the British people think are normal that everyone else thinks is not normal. Let's jump right into it.
10 things that are normal in Britain but nowhere else. Ever visited the UK and thought, wait, they do what here? From peculiar habits to endearing quirks, Britain is full of customs that feel completely normal to locals, but leave the rest of the world scratching their heads. These are not just stereotypes, they're lived experiences, woven into the fabric of British life. Whether it's the obsession with queuing or the unwavering devotion to tea, the UK has perfected its own rhythm. In this video, we're diving into 10 things that are normal in Britain but nowhere else.
Yeah, on one of my Australia videos the other day, something about queuing came up, and somebody had said in the comments that the UK is like super hardcore when it comes to getting the queue system right. So, which is not a bad thing.
Some hilarious, some practical, and all incredibly British. 10. Washing machines in the kitchen. In Britain, it's completely normal to find the washing machine tucked under the kitchen counter, right next to the fridge or oven.
Really?
For people from countries like
So you just in there cooking dinner and, one hand up here cooking dinner, one hand down here doing laundry? Hmm.
the US or Australia, where laundry rooms or utility closets are the norm, this can feel baffling. Why mix cooking and laundry? The answer lies in Britain's architecture. Many British homes, especially those built before the 1980s, weren't designed with space for laundry appliances. Kitchens,
Oh.
big
Well, I guess that makes sense because aren't a lot of homes in the UK like older homes? Like, aren't a lot of the buildings just older in general compared to here at least? But yeah, here in the US, most houses have a dedicated laundry room or a utility room, some people call it, with the washer and dryer. My house does not have that. My house, we have a half bathroom with just a toilet and a sink. Yeah, but it's pretty big. And then there's some folding doors on one wall, and behind that is the washer and dryer.
the most plumbed and powered room in the house, were the logical spot. It's not ideal, especially when you're making dinner and the spin cycle kicks off. But in the UK,
Right.
it's just part of the landscape. Some newer builds include separate utility rooms, but even today, washing machines in the kitchen remain one of Britain's most puzzling normalities. 9. Obsession with queuing. Ah, the great British queue. There's perhaps no better symbol of British orderliness and quiet discipline than the queue. Whether it's for a bus, a sandwich, a cash point, or even outside the pub, Brits will form a line with military precision. And here's the kicker.
That's
It's not
good.
just expected, it's respected. Jumping the queue? Social suicide. Queue etiquette in the UK is sacred, and violating it can earn you eye rolls, passive-aggressive muttering, or a firm, "Excuse me, there's a queue, you know." Other cultures
Yeah, here, well, we don't call it queuing. We call it, getting in line. But queuing here is, I feel like it's overall pretty standardized. Although you do see some people that jump and try to cut the line, but a lot of the cases, that person gets called out. Like, yeah, you'd be lucky if there's not a fight that breaks out when somebody cuts the line.
might push or hover, but in Britain, there's a deep cultural pride in queuing properly. It reflects a sense of fairness, patience, and stoic camaraderie. If aliens ever visited Earth and asked, "What is British society built upon?" just show them a queue outside Greg's on a
What's that, like a little convenience store?
rainy
Greg's?
afternoon. 8. Saying, "You all right?"
Or no, Greg's is it's a little restaurant, right? Can't you go there and get food? I think I'd seen that in another video.
as a greeting. One of the first linguistic curveballs you'll encounter in the UK is the
You all
classic,
right?
"You all right?"
Yeah, we saw this in another video also, which I found to be unusual. It would be strange if I was walking through the street and somebody said, just randomly, "You all right?" I would be like, "Yeah, why? Are you all right?"
Or its regional cousin, "You all right?" To the uninitiated, it sounds like someone's genuinely asking if you're okay. Are you sick?
Right.
Do you look upset? But in Britain, "You all right?" isn't a question, it's a greeting. It doesn't expect a detailed answer. It's the equivalent of saying hi or how's it going. A
Yeah. How's it going? Or how you doing? Is pretty standard
typical
here.
response might just be a mumbled, "Yeah, you," or even a nod and a smile. This conversational shorthand is very British, friendly but not too intimate, polite but emotionally reserved. It's casual, quick, and entirely normal in the UK. In most other places, it would trigger an awkward therapy session. In Britain,
Yeah, I could see
it's
that.
just hello. 7. Electric kettles are sacred. The electric kettle is to Britain what the rice cooker is to Japan. Indispensable.
I don't see a lot of. Actually, have I ever seen an electric kettle? I don't know that I've ever seen an electric kettle in somebody's house. We have a kettle, but it's the kind, it's the little traditional looking stainless steel tea kettle where you put it on the stove. But yeah, I don't know that I've ever seen an electric kettle here, at least in somebody's home.
Practically every British household, office, and hotel room has one, and not just for tea. Although, let's be honest, tea is the national fuel. Unlike in the US, where boiling water might happen in a pan or the microwave. Yes, really.
Yes, really. Mostly in the pan, but I have seen people do it in the microwave. Actually, I've done it in the microwave when I'm making like hot chocolate. Yeah, yeah.
The UK relies on fast, powerful electric kettles that bring water to a boil in under
And
a
when you
minute.
compare it to a tea kettle,
Making
a
tea,
microwave sounds kind of
instant coffee,
odd.
pot noodles, or even sterilising baby bottles. Kettles do it all. So central is this appliance that British expats abroad often cite its absence as a major hardship. You can take the Brit out of Britain, but you can't take the kettle out of the Brit. 6. The Sunday roast tradition. The
Well, that looks
Sunday
good.
roast is a weekly ritual that defines British home life. It's not just a meal.
What is this up here in the top? Is that some kind of bread with gravy on it? That looks like stuffing, potatoes, broccoli, cauliflower, maybe chicken. I see some carrots. It looks good. I liked how it's smothered in gravy. It looks pretty good.
It's an event. Picture this: roasted meat, beef, chicken, or lamb, crispy roast potatoes, vegetables, stuffing, Yorkshire puddings, and lashings of gravy. Add family, maybe a pint, and you've
That
got
looks like a tiny chicken.
a quintessential British Sunday. This
Well, that
tradition
looks
dates
good.
back
Looks like a pot
centuries
roast.
and still holds strong in modern households and pubs alike. Families gather for a slow, hearty meal that signals the end of the weekend and the start of a new week. While other countries might brunch or grill, Brits roast. The Sunday roast is a warm embrace, a comfort meal that remains uniquely British in spirit, taste, and timing. 5.
That's one thing you don't see much here anymore is people eating like a family dinner. I'm trying to think. Almost everybody I know eats on the sofa or the couch, which sounds bad. But I don't really know anybody that eats like at the table, especially with the whole family.
Bonfire Night, Guy Fawkes Night. Every year on November
Guy
5th,
Fawkes
the
Night.
skies across Britain erupt in fireworks and bonfires to commemorate Guy Fawkes Night. The story dates back to 1605 when Guy Fawkes tried and failed to blow up the Houses of Parliament. The tradition started with burning effigies of forks and has evolved into a national celebration. Local councils organise
So this was somebody that tried to like take over the government, or at least the government building.
massive fireworks shows, people build bonfires in parks and back gardens, and you'll often hear, "Remember, remember the 5th of November," chanted by kids at school. What makes this unusual is that it's a holiday based on a failed terrorist plot, yet it's celebrated with glee and firework displays. It's
Yeah, that's what I was just saying. It's an unusual thing to celebrate, like treason.
historic, slightly macabre, and very British. 4. Quirky sports like cheese rolling and bog snorkeling. The UK is home to some
What is bog? Cheese rolling, I would imagine, is strange as it sounds, is rolling cheese down a hill. Based off of this picture here, what is bog?
of the world's most wonderfully ridiculous sports. One standout is the annual Cheese Rolling Festival in Gloucestershire, where competitors chase a wheel of double Gloucester cheese down a near vertical hill. Injuries are common. Dignity is optional.
It looks like
Then
everybody's having
bog
fun.
Snorkeling, a Welsh classic.
I feel like people get hurt running down there.
Contestants don snorkels and flippers, then race through a trench of muddy peat bog water. Why? Because it's fun, apparently. While most countries have their odd traditions, few have formalised them into such large annual spectacles. These eccentric events highlight a national sense of humour, resilience, and a love of organised chaos. 3. Carpets in bathrooms. Yes, really.
Oh,
This one always shocks visitors.
yes, really.
British homes sometimes have wall-to-wall carpet in the bathroom.
Yeah, it's very rare that you see carpet in a bathroom here. Like, very rare. And if you do, it's usually an old home. Almost everybody has either hardwood or a linoleum or like a ceramic tile or like the vinyl plank.
While it's far less common in new builds, older homes, especially from the 1970s
Wow.
and 80s,
You can tell
often
that's from the
feature
70s.
this head-scratching design choice. The logic? Warmth underfoot. British bathrooms used to be drafty, and stepping onto cold tile on a winter morning wasn't appealing. Carpet
It makes
was
sense in that point, but then you think of like when you get out of the bath or the shower, you're wet, stepping on carpet.
a cosy, if somewhat unwise, solution. While most other countries rightly favour tiles or waterproof vinyl, this lingering relic of the past still shows up now and then, and it's undoubtedly a very British interior choice. 2.
These are some nice
Overhead
bathrooms.
shower attachments on bathtubs. If you've stayed in a British hotel or rented a flat, you may have encountered the infamous shower bath combo. A mixer tap with a detachable hose, sometimes mounted on the wall, sometimes not. Some have no water pressure.
We have that here, but ours isn't mounted so low like that. Like standard, it's just a fixed pipe that comes out of the top, like a little bit above your head with a little shower nozzle. And it just sprays water down. But in my house, we replaced them with kind of like this here with the hose, so you can take it off and you can clean better. But ours is mounted, just above your head level.
Others spray unpredictably. It's a far cry from the sleek, standalone showers seen elsewhere. This setup evolved from older plumbing systems where installing a full power shower wasn't always feasible. It also saves
Those are
space,
nice too, though. The rain, where it just rains down on you, those are nice.
which is often limited in UK bathrooms. For Brits, it's just the norm. For everyone else, it's a quirky splash in the face, literally. 1. The pub as a second living room.
This was mentioned in my last video. One of my earlier videos about the UK is the pub, and everybody told me that it's like the town center. Like, this is where everybody goes to talk to friends, to have a beer after work, or even coffee.
British pub culture
We don't
isn't
have
just
anything
about
like this
drinking,
that I've ever seen.
it's about community. The local is the heart of many neighbourhoods. It's where people meet friends, celebrate birthdays, watch football, hold pub quizzes, or simply enjoy a quiet pint. Pubs in Britain often feel more like communal lounges than nightlife venues.
That would be cool though to have like games. He said something about a quiz to go in there and be able to play games and stuff. That would be fun.
Families come for Sunday lunch. Dogs nap under tables. Regulars are greeted by name. And unlike bars elsewhere, many pubs open in the daytime and serve food alongside ale and banter. The atmosphere is distinct. Low ceilings, wooden beams, beer on tap, and friendly chatter. It's cosy. It's welcoming. And it's a core part of British life. From odd bathrooms to unshakable tea habits, these 10 quirks reveal how Britain does things its own way. They may confuse outsiders, but for Brits, they're a badge of cultural pride. Whether charming or confusing, these habits make Britain, well, Britain. And honestly, would we want it any other way?
That was interesting. And I don't know if I would say I find those like super weird. It's just things that I guess, what was it called? It was normal in Britain, but nowhere else. So I'm trying to think. Everything in there, aside from queuing, 'cause like we do that. Maybe not as hardcore as the UK, but almost everything else I think was stuff that we don't do, which is good. That's cool. I like to see stuff, that I don't know. That's why I'm doing this, because I want to learn about other cultures, other countries, and it's good to see stuff like this. So I'm going to keep checking out different videos like this. And thank you for joining me. And I hope to see you in the next one.